What's up guys, welcome to Gas Blowback Airsoft. This is where I'll be sharing some of my collection of my airsoft pistols, maybe airgun pistols, maybe airsoft rifles. Everything, as the name suggests, is either gas or gas blowback, as that's what I'm really passionate about. Just obviously as a disclaimer, all that you see here is airsoft, none of it is real steel. These are airsoft toys effectively. I've got quite a few airsoft pistols. I have some rifles as well. My main love is definitely of the pistols, so I thought I'd show you a few of them, maybe go through some of the ones that I've built, this particular one being based on a Toki Marui m&p9 V Custom, I think they called it, which has the raised iron sights with the night sights as well. And this is fitted with lots of Garda bits and pieces, but we'll go through that in a moment. But I thought I'd just introduce what I'll be doing, and I'll be going through some of the stuff I've built, some of the stuff I've bought over the years. I've got some more rare pistols that I've discovered. So what we'll do is we'll start going through some of them, but today we're going to focus on the m&p9, just because, to be honest, it's the first one I had to hand to go through. So this is my Toki Marui m&p9. This particular one has got just about as much Garda as you can get into one of these, all bar a couple of the springs and the hammer unit at the back. The reason why it's still got the hammer unit at the back is because the Garda one is trash. You put it together, it barely works, it jams the gun up, it's just terrible. And one thing that I will say about any custom pistol where you've changed parts out to go for an enhanced either look or whatever it might be, they all need a bit of tuning and they all need a bit of work. Some really high-end stuff like Gunsmiths Bro, Guns Modify, you can fit those parts and they will pretty much work straight out the box as long as you're using stock parts to go with it or the same brand. A lot of people mix and match brands, and that's where you get a lot of problems. This one, I say, is pretty much all Garda. We've got a Garda lower, which has the nicer ABS plastic rather than the shiny Toki Marui stuff. We've got a Garda mag release, Garda trigger, the Toki Marui one is metal, Garda slide release, which is steel, Garda takedown lever, which is steel, the Garda steel internal frame, I'll show you that shortly. We've got Garda recoil rod, we have a Garda steel slide, not the aluminium one. We've also got a Garda steel outer barrel. Other than that, essentially it's Toki Marui bits and pieces inside, but pretty much what's left is the Toki Marui magazine. This one's been polished, but that is, as you can see, Toki Marui. The back panel, which is Toki Marui. And then, like I said, you've got the hammer unit in the back there, which I kept as Toki Marui because, again, the Garda one is just rubbish. I also have the Garda blowback housing. It has a stock Toki Marui nozzle and return spring. I've also got the stock Toki Marui hop unit and barrel. Now, one thing that you hear a lot of the time when you look at custom pistols that have steel slides is gas efficiency is terrible. And to a certain degree that's right, but a lot of the time it is about tuning. This particular one, I've spent quite a bit of time tuning, and it has a very, very stiff recoil spring. So this has got one of the Garda leaf springs. They're actually designed for the Glocks, but I like to use them in whatever I can fit them in because they give you a real snap when you let the slide forward. With a steel slide as well, it feels really, really good. I've messed around with real pistols before and I've got a few deacts. It's not quite to that level, but it's about 50% of the way there. So that's why I use them. But we'll test gas efficiency. So I'll gas the mag up and just make sure it's all good before we start, and then we'll try out the gas efficiency. So gas efficiency then. So I've just gassed the mag. Now, one thing I will say is that with steel slides, you can use your normal green gas if you want to. Red gas is preferable. Obviously, if you do use these for skirmishing, I don't. I'm pretty much just like to build them, and they're more of something to mess around with, shooting the garden, that kind of thing. Red gas is preferable. Obviously, that will increase your FPS. So if you are using these out of sight, you'll need to bear that in mind. This one, I'm just using black gas because I like the strong recoil. Yes, that is a high pressure gas, so yes, we are going to get more lockbacks. But even with green gas, it's quite cold in here at the moment. With green gas on a warm day, you probably get similar kind of pressures. So let's try it out. So we'll do 10 shots and see if we get a lockback. I'm going to hold the slide release down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 11. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 21. Mag's quite cold. Not terrible though. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, we haven't got a lockback there. So we're at 30 there. Which again, I've seen a lot of steel slide pistols that have been worked on before that can barely clear a mag. And these I think take 26, 27. So that'd be a full mag. We'll let it warm a little bit, see if it will lock back. Yeah, locks back again. I'll give the mag a few minutes to recover and then we'll see what we get. So I've let the mag recover for a few minutes. It's still pretty cold, but it's a bit warmer than it was. I haven't been holding it, I've just left it there to warm up. So we'll do, I can't remember what we were on now, but we'd cleared over 30, so we'll say it's 30. So 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 39, 40. Locked back on 40. Again, pretty cold, not terrible. I think we'll probably see 50, maybe some more with a lockback. We'll try it. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. Oh, not quite on 50. Give it a second. Let that warm up a bit. But you can see it's still recoiling quite far back. You would still be feeding BBs at that point. You just not got that lock back. Now, to be fair, I am using one of the really, really hefty springs in this. So if I used a lighter spring, okay, you wouldn't really want to use the Token Marui stock spring with such a heavy slide. You could, because it's not about having the stronger spring to be able to throw the slide forwards. It's about tuning. You could run the stock Token Marui spring on this slide if you really wanted to, but it would be extremely sluggish. So that's why I use these much stronger springs to get that real snappy feel. So we're at 50. It will lock back now, I'm sure of it. Yeah. So that's 51, 52, 53. It's waning a little bit now. 54, 55, 56. There you go. So that was only 4 shots later that we gassed out completely. So we're still, looking at clearing a mag easy with a steel slide and a very hefty recoil spring. I'll break it down and I'll show you the recoil spring and show you the insides now. So now we'll look at the internals. So this is the airsoft pistol sort of broken down. We can see that the plastics on the lower are really nice. It's much better than the stock Tekka Marui stuff. Plus, you don't have all the stupid Tekka Marui markings as well, which is nice. You do get some really nice M&p, military police, Smith & Wesson markings, which is nice. And it's, as the name suggests, it's sort of very similar to what the real steel would be like, which is really what I like to go for. I like to try and make all my builds feel a lot more realistic. At the end of the day, we're in the UK, we can't have anything pistol-wise unless you're going for long barrel pistol, or if you've got the right permits, but in reality, the closest we can really get in this country is air pistols, which the air pistols do provide, that more accuracy, so in regards to actually shooting. But I find that the airsoft pistols, because you have the full blowback, the full travel, and the realistic moving parts inside, I prefer these. So we've got our Garda trigger there, which again, the stock M&p one is metal. We've got the Garda takedown lever there, and the Garda steel insert, which you can see the barrel has been riding on that part there, and you can see it's started to take the coating off, but it's still really good. Got the Garda trigger bar there as well, and you can see back here is stock Tekka Marui. This is even the stock hammer spring. This is not an upgraded hammer spring in this, which sometimes you will find with a gas bag that's quite hot, it will just click and won't actually fire the gun. So I could put a heavier hammer spring in it, but I don't think I need to. We still cleared 50 shots. Okay, we didn't get a lot back on the 50, but that's more than enough for a steel slide pistol after all. Even GHK Glocks sometimes struggle to get that much. So that's the lower. Outer barrel, you can see this is the stock Tekka Marui hop unit with the Garda steel outer barrel. Now, Garda have this strange diffrict, whatever they call it, coating they put on most of their steel stuff, which is good, but if it's on anything that moves and you can see it, it marks up and looks pretty nasty. So with all of my barrels, I heat black them. Basically how you achieve that is you have to burn the original coating off. So blowtorch and heat it up till it's cherry red. That will burn the coating off. And once it's cherry red, submerge it in oil. I normally use just motor oil. And you get this really nice black finish, which has a little bit of a blue and rainbow tinge to it. That's just down to when the steel got hot. But it gives you this really nice, even looking finish. One of the things I love about the M&p with the stock hop unit as well is it has that little brass or copper ring there. That's probably brass to be fair, which simulates there being a round in the chamber, which I love. That's great. So this was the recoil spring I was talking about. So this is a stainless steel guide. Why I got a stainless steel one and a black gun? I'll be honest with you, I ordered the black one. Rainbow Ink sent me the stainless one. To be honest with you, it didn't really bother me too much because you're only going to see the end of it, and I could just black it out if I wanted to, but it's fine. But that is the recoil spring. You can see it is a flat spring. I've actually got a few inserts in the end here as well to try and strengthen that up even more so. So these are really, really strong, and you can see I'm struggling to push that down there. It's really, really strong. So to get the gun cycling and locking back with that recoil spring is impressive. And then here we got our slide, which, say what you like about Garda, They aren't the highest quality things. Certainly fit and finish can be iffy, but they do make their steel slides anyway look really quite nice. All the markings are really good. The finish is nice. All the markings that are capable of firing with magazine removed. Obviously, being airsoft, that's not the case, but it's being true to the real gun. Got a moving ejector as well, and your back panel. So yeah, that's a breakdown of my M&p. I'm probably going to do a few of these with some of the rest of my collection. A lot of them are Glocks, so Glock haters probably are not going to like that. But I am working on a few others at the moment as well. A lot of my stuff, I really like the steel slide pistols, but I do have some alley slide ones, some quite interesting ones as well. So I'll do a similar kind of breakdown as I've done here. Let me know whether you think this is good, whether you like this or not. Obviously, if you do, then I'll carry on. If you want me to do a different type of format, then I might consider doing that as well. But obviously, let me know in the comments, and then I'll see you on the next one.